We'll do our best.
Yeah. That's it.
Someone can jump in the front if they want. What is it? Oh yeah, big lump of quartz. Yeah, and he wants to find the well.
Yeah, but you couldn't get one out of the ground.
It's very different terrain to what we saw back in town. It's completely different geology. This is all very old pink granite hills in the countryside. We've had some geologists out here and they reckon that goes back to about 300 million years old, this countryside. And in its day they say these ranges would have been as high as Mount Everest is now, sort of thing, and the Himalayas and stuff. Now this pink granite is all topaz bearing. So they reckon that when the hills were cooling, they cooled fairly quickly or something like that they said. And it allowed a lot of cracks, which allowed a lot of this soupy mineral mix or whatever it was to come up and permeate through the rocks and the cracks. And that crystallised and did its thing and formed the topaz. About 95% of what you will find will be your clear topaz, which is this material here, or this here. About 4%, which is what everyone else is chasing, is the blues, which are the blue topazes, which are the lovely, very lovely stone. And 1% will be everything else, like aquamarine, which is what this fellow is. An aquamarine is a member of the beryl family, which is the same family as emeralds. So essentially a green aquamarine is an emerald. And that there is a tip of a topaz crystal. You can see how it's all nicely terminated like that. Now you can also find it like a little jelly bean that's been tumbled around. And you can find it in big chunks like that as well. It can come in any form, or nice little crystals. And it will cleave on that sheet and just very nicely breaks off. And that creates like a window that lets you see into the stone. Topaz is quite hard. It's a very beautiful jewelry stone. So that's what we're looking for, topaz. When we get down there, when we start sieving, I've got some topaz and I'll pop a piece in your first sieve and mix it all up with the dirt, and it's a bit like a test sort of thing. So we'll try to find the piece of topaz that's in there. If you fail that, then we might as well pack up and sort of go home. We're not going to have much luck otherwise. The equipment, pretty straightforward. Pick and shovel. Shovel's pretty obvious. The pick, more of a scraping tool to get underneath the bigger rocks and to chip away at the bank. Now the sieve and stand, if you haven't used one before, are very nice to have. You drive that into the ground, put that on, they make life easy. So you fill this up with rubble, put it in there, and just shake it like the other half's done something really bad. And don't worry about breaking the sieve, you won't break it, so just give it a really good shake. All the dirt will go through and you're left with rubble.